Hey everyone, what's going on? Dr. Corey Hoffner here from Choffner Physical Therapy and Strength and Conditioning. We have Dave coming at you, who's a strongman, awesome weightlifter. He had about 7 to 8 out of 10 shoulder pain, and his right lat used to lock up a ton. And we just finished his 3 month reassessment, and he's showing 0 out of 10 pain. He said 1 to 2 sometimes when he's really pushing things. And his right lat stopped locking up, which is amazing. So, Dave, thanks so much for coming on. How are you?
Oh, doing pretty good. How you doing?
Awesome. I'm doing well, thank you. So yeah, I'm really happy, about your progress over these last 3 months. I think you've done awesome. But tell everyone a little bit about yourself and kind of what you do, because I think you have a unique kind of background too.
Yeah, so I've been a competitive strongman for 9 years. I'm going on to my 10th year. Um, I'm a father and a husband, work tons of, tons of different jobs. I've done construction, everything else. So I've been beating up my body a lot over the years. And yeah, ever since I met you, man, things have gotten better.
Yeah, thank you. No, I really appreciate that. It's been awesome working together too, and I think it's so cool that you are a strong man and that you are coaching people and that you made time to kind of dedicate to kind of fixing your body, right? Because I've worked with strongmen before. A lot of them don't listen to me, or a lot of them just push into the pain, right? Or they're like, this is going to get better on its own, and a lot of times it doesn't, and they end up in the OR needing surgery, and then it just never kind of heals itself, right? And they can't get back to doing the things they want to do. So like if you can tell everyone, what was the like main problem you had before you started working with us?
I had a lot of pain in my right lat, really bad shoulder impingement on my right side, which this is my strong side. This is the one I use for my circus dumbbell and, doing max effort lifts. And it was getting to the point where I couldn't even press 95 pounds overhead because this side would lock up and my left side would be fine, but my right side would get stuck. And even on lat pull downs, just grabbing a dumbbell and moving a weird way, everything would hurt a lot. And yeah, ever since you started showing me these stretches and getting everything nice and loose, I mean, I can actually touch my head again, which is nice. Touch my back, everything else, and it's been a blessing to find you.
Yeah, yeah. I think the coolest thing is that like we just talked about 5 minutes ago, is like your right side's like almost perfectly symmetrical to your left side, to your good arm. So it's pretty awesome that you're able to kind of have good mobility on both sides and be able to touch your head, which is always a good thing and nice to be able to do.
Yep.
And
Yep.
also like reaching behind your back, like that was a big issue before. But the cool thing is you're able to do those things, but also like all those impingement tests we did initially, like you're negative for now. So it just goes to show if you like mobilize the right areas from doing a proper assessment and then strengthen those areas, like it does pay off, right? And you can do it online, right? You don't have to go in person somewhere. I think that's the cool
No,
part about this.
we've, yeah, we've done everything here at my house and in my garage, and it's been able to do in the comfort of my own home, which is awesome. Because sometimes people feel a little goofy doing things out in public and stuff, but the fact that you can do this in the comfort of someone's home is awesome.
Yeah, I think that's so cool, and that's why I love doing it this way. Because I mean, you're in Montana, right?
Yeah, I'm in Montana. I moved up here and brought Strongman up here with me.
Yeah, so that's so cool, right? Because I'm in Connecticut, so we're pretty far from each other, and
Yep.
it's cool because like we have clients in Canada and Australia right now too. So it's really awesome to be able to like help people all over the world. And I think this method works so well, and you can attest to this too. It's just because like I'm routinely checking in with you. We do our one-to-one calls every week. Where we go over the exercises where you pick up little new habits and things like that. It's that small 1% change
Yep.
that makes the biggest effect. And if you want to talk about that a little bit too, but I think that's like a really beneficial thing, especially like because I
Oh, yeah.
noticed like I have little notes from during our calls where I might say like keep your abs locked down during that, or like change your grip a little bit with this, and those are the things that I think get you to that next level where you wouldn't get it if I just gave you a program and said go do this.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's the favorite part is you can tell the cues through the camera. You can, see things. You can make the adjustments in real time to where, some couple of the exercises, like I was telling you before, I wasn't doing, the right hand position or I wasn't setting my hips the right way. And then when I had you one on one on the camera here, you're able to figure it all out and adjust me right there. And then all of a sudden the next week went very smoothly.
Yeah, 100%. I think like that's why the reassessments are so important too, right? So we reassess after month one, month two, and then we just did our month three one about 5 minutes ago. And it's important to kind of go back and like see what you looked like during those previous months. And like that's something you can't
Yep.
really do in person. I mean, yes, the therapist will do it, but they see so many people in between. It's hard. So it's kind of cool. We can pull up your previous videos, and then you can actually see these too. And one of the things we're working on right
Yep.
now is we're going to put everyone's kind of videos together. So I'm going to put together your first consult visit, your month one, your month two, and your month three, so you can see the changes across the whole border. So I'll be working on that, but I will send that to you when it's done. I think that'll be cool to kind of see your progression, right? Um,
Oh yeah, I definitely like that too, because if you go in person to these places and they don't do the video recording like you do, you have to take their word for it versus being able to see your actual progression, which I actually like a lot. The fact that I can be like, oh man, I was really screwed up and look where I'm at now.
yeah, yeah, very, very, very good point. So if there's someone watching this and they're on the fence, about doing like online physical therapy, what would you kind of really say to them, like to get them kind of over that edge?
Um, I would tell people just be like, hey, it's worth taking the chance. At first I was a little skeptical myself, if I'm going to be honest, and I was just like, well, this is online. You know, is this really going to work? Can he really do this stuff? And man, you work some magic with me. I'm a believer now. So I definitely tell anybody anywhere in the country, or other countries, wherever you can get your hands into, jump on this internet calls and listen to Corey, man. The guy's sharp. I know a lot, but this guy, he taught me a lot, which is helping me out a lot, helping my wife out. I'm even using it on my kid who's getting really into weightlifting and training. So that way he doesn't have the impingement issues like I've had or the pain, which I don't have anymore now. So,
Yeah, yeah.
you
That
know,
thank you so much. That's
yeah, but yeah,
awesome. Yeah,
I
really,
mean,
really great
it's great
points.
stuff.
I love that you're able to use it with other people. I think that's so cool because like not a lot of people will say something like that, so you can tell you're a true coach, which is
Yeah.
awesome. Helping others out, which is always ideal. And the cool thing is too is like we're gonna kind of now transition to working on your back, right? Because obviously there's some other issues going on there, which we've addressed a little bit in the way. And that's another thing I wanted
Yep.
to kind of just point out before we close is like when you work with me one to one online, like it's not like insurance when like you go to see someone in PT and they're like, we can only look at one joint. And like sometimes if you go to PT and you're like, my shoulders, healing, but my back just hurt. I hurt it deadlifting yesterday. Like they're not going to look at your back because they're not
Yeah.
allowed to because of insurance. They can get in trouble through the insurance carrier. So it's different with me because
Yep.
we're cash based, right? But it allows me to kind of treat multiple body parts at once, or I can throw tips and tricks and exercises at you in the process because you have so much of my time one to one, right? Because you're getting 24/7 access to me. So that's just something I want to
Oh
throw
yeah.
out there. Like if people are on the fence, it's another cool part of like what I do is like we can also look at multiple joints at once.
Yep. Well, and that's the thing is we initially started because my shoulder was killing me. And then like I hurt my back a couple weeks ago and you gave me some exercises to help with that to keep me motivated and keep me moving. And it wasn't like, oh, I got to get this approval and I got to make sure my primary care sends out the referral and do all this other crap. You're just like, no, dude, do this, you'll get fixed up. And it was actually really, really cool because you helped alleviate a lot of that lower back pain when I hurt myself deadlifting.
Yeah, yeah, and 100%. And a lot sometimes it's trial and error, right? Sometimes people try these things and they don't get better, and then I send them to a doctor to get an MRI or get an X-ray, right? So it's not
Yeah.
always black and white, guys. So know that. But in the specific scenario, like it did work, and we kind of knew what he was dealing with because he gave me good kind of background information of what's going on. So I was able to kind of help him out with that. Um, Awesome. So guys, yeah, if you're suffering from like shoulder pain, like Dave here, who had impingement going on, and you want to work on your overhead mobility, or you just want to get rid of your pain, be able to reach behind your back or for your seatbelt without any issues, feel free to reach out to us. You can message us on Facebook. We actually met on Facebook, Dave, right?
Yep.
So sometimes people are a little more skeptical using Facebook because there's so many scam artists out there. Um,
Yeah.
so,
But you're
but
definitely
yeah,
not one of
yeah, thank you.
them.
Yeah. So we're on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube now. So be sure to check us out, guys. Dave, thanks so much for coming on. I really appreciate you giving us the time.
I appreciate you too, man. Thank you.
All right, no worries. Take care.